Hey friends, welcome back to the show. Today we've got a good one for you. I've got two old cast iron sinks that got to come out of this house. We're going to replace them with stainless steel. I'm going to show you one of them that we're going to replace and not bore you with the second one. These are old, heavy cast iron sinks. Already got a broken shut-off valve underneath the one we're working on. I'm going to have to replace those two valves as well, and I turned the water off to the house. So let's go and get started. I won't be able to do a whole lot of talking because there's a full family living in here, so just pay attention and watch close. You just saw that. That was just the utility sink that was in here. That thing's cast iron. It was over 100 pounds easily. And somehow we were lucky and got that thing up without busting that Formica top. We got a lot of cleanup to do. You saw that busted valve in there. We got to go do all that stuff. We got a new stainless steel sink and a faucet, and we're going to have to drop that back in. So we got more work to do. That valve ain't moving. I'm gonna have to take and just put a new handle and stem in there. I don't want to break something behind the wall. Wow, did you see that? That was a lot of mess to have to clean up. I didn't dare push that to any more limits of trying to get those old valves off there because this house was built in the early 70s. I don't want to snap something off in the wall, so we just did the old interchange so I could have a new stem and a new washer inside of there. And cleaning that Formica up and being able to save that, preserve it, that's priceless. Let's get the new sink put together. All right, so I went inside and tried to dry fit the new sink into that existing hole. It's not going to happen. That hole and that countertop was cut for that old cast iron, and I'll show you the reason why it wouldn't fit with these little brackets right here. I had to cut the sink back. I spared you the mess because It didn't really come out as the way I wanted it to, but it's gonna have to work. Let's put the sink together. All right, so this has been an uphill struggle the entire way, and now hooking this stuff all up underneath there, you just pay attention and watch what I have to go through to try to make things exactly right. Crap, the angle of my drain is way off, so I'm gonna have to use a female threaded adapter 1.5 to tie onto it and probably offset with a 22 before I can get a P-trap in there. I had to step out for a minute. I'm getting frustrated. Everything was going together, and like I said, an uphill battle the whole time. But these little threads right there, these little tiny threads on the strainer basket are bad. And every time I put either the brass nut or plastic nut on there, it gets up there or it feels like it's going to tighten, and then it just pops back off. And I'm not going to waste any more time, so I had to rip this thing back out. We're going to put another one in there and complete the rest of this install. All right, the water's back on to the house. Time to check for leaks. Well, hey, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching the video. I ain't going to lie, I did not enjoy that job very much. And that was just the laundry sink. Tomorrow I got to return and pull out that double basin cast iron kitchen sink, and hopefully we don't destroy that countertop. Two points to take in accountability when you're working on something like this. Whether it be a cast iron sink or a regular sink, if it's mounted down to a countertop that has Formica, you better be careful, and you better make sure to let the homeowner know that there are chances of chipping or pulling up some of that old Formica. Second of all, the hole that's cut in that countertop is probably not going to match up to the new sink. It doesn't make any difference. So make sure to be prepared with a nice jigsaw with the proper blades on there so you don't tear that countertop up. Always make sure that you sign off with the customer before you do any of that stuff. Either that or else you're going to be responsible for replacing the countertop. Got any questions or comments, leave them down below, and don't forget to keep plumbing.